Welcome dear friends again to my YouTube channel Geotechnical Engineering Consultancy Tips. As I had promised you people in my previous lecture number 42 of the bearing capacity equation that I would be finishing off this bearing capacity equation with the very important factor water table correction factor in bearing capacity calculation as per Indian Standard Code IS 6403-1981 Reaffirmed 2021. So dear friends, although this is a very brief lecture, but you all will have to refer to my lecture 31 in which I discussed in detail about some other factors including W dash factor, in which W dash factor was a part of that lecture, and in lecture 42 I did discuss with you all about W dash factor, which was actually the third component of the bearing capacity equation. Now you all might be knowing, when I was finishing it off, rather to say finishing off my lecture 42, before continuing with this lecture 43, I would just make you all remember that the bearing capacity equation consists of three components. The first one is the CNC one, where the cohesion plays the important role. Second one is the Q and Q minus 1, where the surcharge plays an important role. And the third one is the half B gamma and gamma W dash, where W dash is a factor which affects the third component of the equation. So now, as per clause 5.1.2.4 of this Indian Standard Code IS 6403-1981 Reaffirmed 2021, what I wish to explain you all is okay, when we do detailed investigation at the site, we come back noting down the first groundwater table level being present there at the site in the borehole export. In some cases we may encounter water table, in some cases we may not encounter the water table in that desired detailed depth of investigation which we did for that very particular respective structure on the beat. It would have been a structure of overhead tank or a building or a range or a multi-story tower or any other structure bridge etc. What I wish to say is कि अगर हमारी water table encounter हुई है at the site, if we have encountered the water table at the site, I have discussed with you people, dear friends, in my lecture 31 that there are certain things on the basis of which we decide the water table factor to be taken into account in our calculation, which may depend on the period of the year when we are doing the investigation, whether it was pre-monsoon or post-monsoon, and if there were any water bodies in the vicinity of the site, or if is there any seepage problem, is there any drain near the site, etc., etc., and so on. What I wish to say, this WT water table, which as per this code is being represented as DW, is the water table which we use for our calculations during the shear calculations as well as the settlement calculations. So this is the foundation, this is the depth of foundation from the natural ground level, and this is the position of water table, the case A as per this Indian Standard Code, which says that in this very case the water table has been presumed for calculation purposes to exist at DF depth of foundation plus B width of footing of the proposed footing, that this water table will always or is likely to remain at or below a depth of DF plus B meter below ground level. In that very case, particular case, W dash, the water table correction factor, is taken as 1. Case B, Case B is that in which this water table position may vary from this ground level to this depth of foundation level. That is, if this water table is in between or from ground level to this depth of foundation level proposed for that very foundation, or rather to say, if we have encountered water table at this and it may rise up to this, then also in that very particular case, which has been shown as this double tick and this bracket, in that very case this water table correction factor W dash will be taken as 0.50. And the third and the very last case which we may encounter while doing the bearing capacity calculations is when this water table may exist, or rather to say is found to exist, in between this proposed foundation depth and a level which is being defined as df plus b. df plus b. That is, our water table may be here, may be here, may be here, or may be here. That is, this water table will be in between this foundation depth level and the depth of df plus b. That is, this water table will be present within this range of depth of foundation and depth of foundation plus width of footing. In that very case, we will have to linearly interpolate this W dash based on that यहाँ 0.50 वैल्यू होती है, यहाँ 1.00 वैल्यू होती है. So, dear friends, this is what I wish to explain you in this very short lecture of mine. After finishing off this lecture of mine, my interrelated lectures, lecture 40, 41 and 42, which were concerning with the factors affecting bearing capacity equation, etc., would be complete. So, what I wish to say in the end is this water table or DW is assumed for calculation purposes based on at the site what water table we encountered and what water table we are assuming for the calculation purposes. I would again reiterate, please refer to my lecture 31 and my lecture 42 delivered previously in this YouTube channel of mine on the subject of Geotechnical Engineering Consultancy tips. I hope you would have gained a few more points in this regards. Hope you would love the lecture. Keep on sharing my lectures in the civil engineering fraternity amongst geotechnical engineers as well as engineering geologists. Thank you very much. Keep on subscribing to my channel. Thank you.